I don't even know what to say. Like, what am I supposed to say? My voice hurts, if I'm being completely honest. That was, without a doubt, one of the best wrestling shows of all time, and possibly the best pay per view ending of all time. AEW simply knows what it is doing to appeal to their universe, so to speak. That was fantastic. I can't wait to go through it with you guys. It was insane if you haven't seen it already, but let's try to keep it control because surprisingly I have been able to right now. Like I said, very sore voice. Let's go. How is everybody doing this fabulous Labor Day? It's your boy here, Apollo, from Down, Down to Up, Up. It is time to discuss, if you haven't figured it out by now, AEW All Out 2021. Beautiful show. Let's run it down, see what our opinions are, and I guarantee there's going to be very little to criticize. First up, the buy-in. We had a nice way to start the night. Lovely 10-man tag team match. Jurassic Express, Best Friends, and Orange Cassidy taking on House Hardy in terms of Matt Hardy, TH2, and Private Party. Fun match. This was actually better than I thought it was going to be comedy-wise. I love the spot where I believe it was Jungle Boy on Luchasaurus' shoulders just punching fools down. That was hysterical. It was a nice little match. Great way to get the crowd going. And ended, I believe, when Evans got caught in the snare trap by Jungle Boy. So, big win for the faces. No surprises there. Lovely way to get going. But, hey, you know AEW, they're never afraid to pull a swerve at the most random of times. In this case, it was the return of the Butcher. Because, yes, out of Hardy's house, it's Butcher, Blade, and the Bunny, and we haven't seen Butcher for a bit. So he came out, assaulted Orange Cassidy. Seemed like they were teasing that they were going to cut Cassidy's hair, but then the rest of the faces came back in and made the save, and out go the heels. But Butcher's back. Happy to see him. Cannot wait to see where this goes if we freshen things up a bit. Are we getting a hair versus hair match, or was that just, of all things, something to try to disturb the fans with at the end of the pre-show? I'm not sure. Not really sure. Now we go to the main card, and bear with me. Let's see if I can actually get all of this memorized in order, because we still got 9 matches to go through, I'm pretty sure. Kicking off the show, smart choice. TNT Championship match, Eddie Kingston, Miro. Eddie had a beautiful pop when he came out, and of course he had his D's Nuts catchphrase on the shirt, working with it. Him and Miro put on a pretty solid match. This was way better to my expectations than Archer and Miro at Double or Nothing. I'm still not really sure why that one didn't do it for me. I guess just when I look at those two together, I would have thought way more brute force. This, not so much, but physical nonetheless. They were chopping and punching the crap out of each other. Some close calls, though. If it wasn't for an exposed turnbuckle the referee was attempting to fix, Eddie Kingston got the back fist DDT combination. Late count, though, Miro survives. And now close to the end of the match, Eddie looked like he was going to shove Miro into the exposed turnbuckle. Referee blocked him. Miro got a cheap low blow without the ref seeing it. One more kick, and that was it. Pinned Eddie Kingston for the 1-2-3. Still the TNT champion, Miro. Can't disagree. Lovely match. We'll see where it goes from here. Did just fine. Did just fine, I'd say. Great opener. Next up, Moxley and Kojima. This was good and very hard-hitting. If you've seen it and saw Moxley's elbow by the end of it, you will know how hard-hitting it was. But also, sort of what I expected. It was low-key enough, but hard-hitting. It's New Japan style, so expect some brute force and very stiff clotheslines and forearms. But Moxley, 2 paradigm shifts later, picks up the W. Hot stuff. Now, if you saw my prediction video, you would know I had a lot of plans for Moxley on the table. I did not count for AEW to have different plans with Jon Moxley that night. For reference, in my prediction video, I actually wanted Moxley to destroy Kojima, turn heel and attack CM Punk after his match, because I thought that's what will be closing the show. Didn't happen, obviously. We got something better. But we're going to get there. What happened with Moxley, on the other hand, he's celebrating, but then the music stops, and we're all thinking to ourselves, oh dear God, what is going on now? Out came Minoru Suzuki. One of the baddest men I've ever seen in a professional wrestling ring. If anybody has seen his matches with Joe Coffey in the UK, you'll know why. And if you haven't, you've at least probably seen him in New Japan. I did not actually at first see him in New Japan. I saw him in the UK first killing people. This man got a heck of a pop. Came out and actually had a little back and forth with Moxley before getting him with the Gotch pile driver and leaving his mark. And believe it or not, we are getting those two on free TV this Wednesday on Dynamite because it's in Moxley's hometown of Cincinnati. Oh my lord, I thought this was going to be one of the biggest things to deal with, but the crazy thing is it's not. Still, holy crap, I can't believe that just happened. That was just lovely butter on the toast. Moxley is not done with the New Japan scene, and by the sounds of it, not done outside of things either way for him to get something as involved in a CM Punk feud and turning heel like I would have predicted. I'm not saying I'm putting my prediction aside, but just not right now, because I'm still feeling like that's where I want this to go. Because Moxley, I believe, just won, oh god, which championship? I honestly don't remember which championship in another promotion, but he's set for Nick Gage, bigger things on the table, and still taking care of the New Japan, well, I guess benefits, but also contracts on him because now Suzuki's gunning for him. One after the other. Can't wait to see what comes next. But now back to the main show here. Next up, Women's Championship match, which was a bit of a surprise to me because I'm thinking to myself, this is before the Battle Royal, but we found out why later. But first, the match. Chris Statlander, Britt Baker, Women's Championship on the line. It was good. Started a bit slow in my opinion, but we picked up. Curb stomp on the outside was a heck of a tease for the countout. And Statlander tried, but honestly, there wasn't really a single point in the whole match that made me believe she was going to win. The teaser really came at the end, though, because Britt hit the Panama Sunrise, and we all know who uses that regularly in professional wrestling, so that was a big tease that did not turn out to be a tease. Then another curb stomp, but to be fair, Statlander kicked out of both, but finally put her in lockjaw, silenced her. Britt Baker still the AEW Women's Champion, moving on to business when it comes to the Battle Royal winner, but again, we'll get there. After this, though, this is where I got a bit surprised with things, because what was next? It was, I believe, again, I'm trying to get the card right, it was the Tag Team Championship cage match. Young Bucks defending against Lucha Bros. Well, what can I say? What can I say? I knew this was going to be up there for match of the night. And of course it was. But I'll say this. If you saw their ladder match at All Out, I believe 2 years ago, this was better. This was brutal until the very end. These men tried to destroy each other. At one point even, a shoe with thumbtacks. That's all I'm going to say if you haven't seen the match already. But oh my goodness, when we get to the finish, I was so worried when Phoenix climbed the cage because I'm thinking this is going to be a backfire spot. But he jumped off, took out everyone. Him and Pentagon got their package pile driver combination. Phoenix held the other Buck away to break up the pin. And 1, 2, 3. The Lucha Bros actually won the Tag Team Championships at All Out. Oh, it was so deserved. It was a long time coming. I just didn't have faith when I did my predictions. I really thought the Bucks were going to steal this, maybe even escaping the cage shenanigans, but no, the cracks are coming through even more so because the Lucha Bros did it. Finally, the two men who were in the finals to crown the first ever AEW Tag Team Champions have finally taken the damn belts and are back on top. The crowd loved this. The match was fantastic from the beginning to the end. If you have time for at least a full match to watch from this show, I would say this one. You will not be disappointed. Moving on. Surprisingly enough, now the Casino Battle Royal came out for the women's. And for the most part, it was actually pretty good. I like the order of things they did in this one a bit better than some of the other ones I've seen as of late. One thing that confused the crap out of me, though, I noticed Rio went out of the ring, but I didn't recall her going over the top rope. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'm a bit worried, though, because she never went back in, and I was thinking she was injured. If something's happened, can somebody please let me know, because I haven't been able to hear anything about her ever since the spot. I could be wrong, and she just got a really weak way to be eliminated, but I didn't see her go over the top. I thought she was resting outside, and then I don't think she ever came back in the ring, so just throwing that out there. But then we get to the Joker. Okay, who's it going to be? I threw around some names. Iconics, for one. A lot of people were really loving to throw around Paige and AJ Lee, which would have just been unbelievable. But to be fair, we got a really good one, and I'm glad one that most saw coming for the pod. Ruby Soho, formerly known as Ruby Riott. Oh, she was so happy to be there. You could just tell on her face. The fans were happy to see her. It was a great moment, but even better because what exactly happened? She won. She won! She won! She last eliminated Thunder Rosa to win the Women's Battle Royal. What a shock, but what a lovely moment. She was so happy after too. She was hugging the referee and everything. Good feel moment here for the Casino Battle Royal winner. I cannot wait for her and Britt Baker to start up their business. I don't know when we're going to get the championship match, but we know that Ruby Soho is all elite. How is this going to go? But it was a great moment. Lovely stuff. Another great surprise, but again, we're not even done. Because what do we move into now? I will say one thing. This is the one I was without a doubt the most happy to call. Jericho, MJF, one last time, maybe. Jericho's career on the line. Now, what did they do? Well, they had the countdown clock in the same font style as when Jericho debuted in the WWE, back then WWF in 1999. But after the countdown and some weak-ass pyro, Jericho's last match came up on the graphic, and then MJF's music began to play. What a brilliant little troll he was for that. That made me feel as good as when at one point I feel like most of us in the community wanted The Miz to use Daniel Bryan's music in a Royal Rumble one year. I want to say 2018. Didn't happen. Or 17. Maybe one of the two. Yeah, one of the two. But either way, this was a hilarious troll. But then, here's where the real criticism came from. Oh, I can't believe I'm even saying that for the show. But no show is completely perfect. And if you've seen one that you consider perfect, congratulations. More to you. Jericho's entrance. Apparently, he decided to pick a member of his legit band, Fozzy. Guitar, Judas. He botched it. And I'm not really saying that in like this and there. It was bad. It was bad. I'm sort of one of the lucky ones. I was singing along to it anyway without really listening to it. But this was nothing compared to when Jericho walked out for his last match with MJF and the entire crowd sang Judas to no sound being played because that was the stipulation of the match. This wasn't that good, and this wasn't really good at all. I'm sorry. I just gotta be honest when it comes to this. The crowd sounded confused enough with this, and they were trying to get into it, but it was nothing compared to the last match when they sang. That was a beautiful moment. This sucked. Yeah, again, I am sorry, but this sucked. But we're done talking about it now. The match itself, again, I really wasn't sure what to expect, and it wasn't anything too new at one point. Although I love that MJF got the Heat Seeker to the outside and then tried to get the cheap count out. Didn't happen. But then we got to the shenanigans as expected. It was a nice match up until, oh, here comes Wardlow. Great, but then here comes Hager. As said, this was not a Labor of Jericho match, so of course we could get Inner Circle showing up and doing what they want. So Hager fought off Wardlow, but MJF used the freaking bat. While the referee was distracted, he hit Judas Effect again. 1, 2, 3. And Jericho's foot was on the rope when Aubrey made the 3 count, and she didn't see it, and she wasn't going to reverse it. And oh wow, this was sort of just like, what just happened? I was honestly too busy laughing because part of me really couldn't believe that was the finish. And then I rewatched it today. I was like, oh man, that crowd was just, the life sucked out of it. Everyone was pointing at the foot. Everybody in the crowd was pointing at the foot and booing like crazy. But no. You are not trolling me. Out came another referee. Restarted the match. MJF had hurt his ribs earlier in the match, and Jericho took advantage of that, walls at Jericho. That little troll tapped out, and Chris Jericho wins. He is not stopping his wrestling career anytime soon. Drink it in, man. Great feeling and a great swerve. This was well orchestrated. Again, if you saw my prediction video, you were wondering my thoughts on how this was going to go down. I just couldn't come up with that. I was just like, how are they going to do it? This was brilliant. This was brilliant. Jericho wins. MJF remains defeated full on pay-per-views this year. He has lost all 3 pay-per-views he's been on this year. And after the Inner Circle members, all of them came out to celebrate with Jericho, and it was just a great moment. I'm so glad Jericho got to win this one. And not sure if he's just going to disappear back into the Fozzy Tour, or if he's going to stay around and do things again for a little bit, or if him and MJF are going to have another match, because I really don't know at this point. I'm just glad they did not sucker me in like this, because if there's one thing that Jericho likes to do is try and sucker people into something really obvious before he's about to go away. This is twice now that I have not fallen for that. So I'm thankful to see Jericho win. Just like I'm thankful for the next match. It was CM Punk and Darby Allin. Now, once I saw this come out, I was thinking, okay, nope, I gotta put aside every little thought of anything happening after this. This is for the fans. And indeed it was. Darby Allin, CM Punk, it's clobbering time. And the match was quite pleasant. It was smart. It wasn't anything too crazy, but it was CM Punk back getting used to wrestling again. Got to go to sleep hella early on Darby, though, but fell out of the ring for a big count-out tease. And I'm kind of surprised because I didn't think Punk would want to win by count-out. He's still a cheeky little monkey. But after a tremendous match, CM Punk, second go to sleep. 1, 2, 3, wins. Has a little moment with Sting and Darby after, and then celebrates with the fans. That's really all we needed. I'm glad to see Punk back. He seemed very happy with it himself, so cannot wait to see where it goes from here. Who's next? Who's next? Like I said, dry throat, sore voice. Been a long pay-per-view. 2 matches left to go through, though. We're getting there. Second last. At first, I was a bit confused. Paul White and QT Marshall. But then I sort of got the gist of it. Maybe this was just a break for the fans because of so much being put in the last bit of the show. It wasn't much. Big Show did what we thought he was going to do. He came out, destroyed the factory, and then a chokeslam to QT Marshall, and that was it. Nothing special about it. Just, all right, here's Big Show. Choking and killing some people. You know what I mean. Choke slams, knockout punches, literally throwing around some fools. It was good, and that was it. And then the main event came about, and all the emotion came through. Christian Cage was back in a main event for a world championship. And I'm really glad he came out with a jacket and his Impact World Championship around, because that was great to see. Versus Kenny Omega. Classic. Just a great old-timey feel classic with some new twists on it. I love what they did with the tables. That's one thing I'll say about this match. Both table spots were great. And then, of course, Kenny had to cheat as much as possible with distractions and etc. But backfired again. Kill switch. But Kenny kicked out this time. Not a kill switch on the chair. Just a regular kill switch on the canvas. But the finish is what got me, because, oh my gosh, Christian was going for the kill switch from the top rope. Oh, I've only been able to do that in the games. It is a beauty to see. But Omega raked the eyes and hit a one-wing angel from the second rope. And when he was about to do it, you got to see the crowd getting up ready for something crazy, because they were just unbelievably hyped for this. And that was it. Christian Cage takes his first pinfall loss coming back to wrestling this year. And it was built well. I have no regrets picking him, though. I was really enjoying everything about this match until the interference scared me. But for the most part, Kenny Omega got a clean enough win. Not full, but it could have been worse. So that was really it, but it wasn't. As much as I love to talk about Christian, you guys know I got to talk about more stuff going on here. Christian did his job, damn it, and he's still champion. And let's be honest, they're only 1-1. Do we get another one? Maybe somewhere down the line? Same goes for Jericho and Omega. Only 1-1. We'll see what happens next. But the Elite decided to kick him up afterward. Jurassic Express came out to try to make the save, but the numbers were just too great, and then the lights went out. Who came out, though? Adam Cole. baby. Adam Cole came to AEW just like that. Oh my gosh, what a thrill. And one thing that really didn't make me think it was going to happen, that I wasn't sure about until I found out the evening of. I thought he had the contract stated like you cannot compete for 30 days or whatever, but no, that's only when released, and Cole's contract just expired. So he was good to go. Came out, crowd went crazy, I went crazy, my friends went crazy. Adam Cole in AEW. Rest in peace the party, rest in peace the chugs. It was fun while it lasted, but Adam Cole in AEW was the right call. Same goes for in the ring, where you think there's tension, but no, he super kicked Jungle Boy and joined his boys again, because of course he did. Come on, man, they're like his best friends. Why would he not join them right away, despite what they did to him a few years ago to kick him out? That was just business. We are back to friendship. That was great. And then it looked like it's their version of a happy ending. Kenny's hitting his trademark line, goodbye. Mwah. But no, we weren't done. Oh, we weren't done. I could not believe this. Flight of the Valkyries began to play, and out came Bryan Danielson. Oh my god, that I couldn't believe. I think I was in a completely different time period watching that. I don't remember making any noise. I just couldn't believe it. I was just watching the TV with my mouth open and eyes bulging like, what? I think that's the first thing I said after, like, I'm just like, what? Bryan Danielson. My God, I thought they had him confirmed for the 20th, but no, we had Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson show up at the end of the pay-per-view, and we had a little brawl after. Danielson got his knee. I'm not sure what his music is on about, because it wasn't just Flight of the Valkyries, but oh, Lord, insane. Just insane. Came out to save Christian Cage and Jurassic Express, and the crowd, without a doubt, must have gone home happy as they ever could have been going to a wrestling show. This show is what AEW, I shouldn't say desperately, but they needed to really fire the bigger shots that we own wrestling now. We are the wrestling company. And I've agreed with that for long enough. I'll throw another tally in to just say I agree again. What is WWE gonna do? They're about to ruin NXT for all we know. From what I've heard, they're about to release some long-term NXT people. So I'll tell you one thing. If WWE want to stab me even harder in the back, they're going to release DIY. But if they come to AEW, all is forgiven. But so help me God, that's what's going to really turn me 100% on. But we'll see. But as far as all that is concerned, one of the best wrestling shows you will ever see. Ever. I can't express the word ever. Ever. And here's something I did hear that made me think about it for a second. I'll go into what it is in just a second, but when I saw it, I'm thinking to myself, well, hold on. Like, wait, okay, yeah, there's different time periods. Yeah, no, I kind of see it. Yeah, so here you go. Here it is. CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, and Adam Cole showing up to AEW around the same time. It's bigger than the Outsiders going to WCW during the Monday Night Wars. And like fans today will think to themselves, well, of course it is. But you have to think about the different time periods and how important people were. But even so, this is bigger. This is bigger by a landslide considering what AEW can do. And the fact that they have not made any serious mistakes noticeable to me yet. And most of the people I talk to about wrestling. We're going to end it here because I don't know how long I can go on before I lose my voice. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out All Out if you haven't seen it already. Have a lovely Labor Day weekend. Thanks for spending some time here. Like, share, subscribe. I will see you guys in another video. Maybe we wait until Extreme Rules or I'll see you guys sooner. Have a great day. Keep it real.